Sand, sun, sea appeal is not enough. Major tourism players say infrastructure issues continue to plague Negril, Westmoreland, which is responsible for 24% of the tourism earnings in Jamaica. Ramada Lyons has the details.
Blue pristine waters define Negril, but major tourism players are feeling the blues. Why? Infrastructure issues in the tourism hub.
There are challenges that have been impacted by the storm, clearly, and then there's infrastructure issues that are ongoing. That things like the sewage system here in Negril that's undersized and is not performing properly, which is a very concern. It's not only a concern as a social issue, it's a health issue, and it's also it's an environmental issue as that sewage water goes out and pollutes the sea and the reef.
In the meantime, Daniel Grizzle, Managing Director of Charlotte Inn Hotel in Negril, Westmoreland, says as it is now, the physical appearance of Negril has to be addressed.
We can't expect tourism to strive in a slum. I'm not saying it has to be plastified and overdone, but it has to be attractive. It has to have some charm about it.
Earlier this year, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett reaffirmed the government's commitment to the continued development of Negril. He pointed to key infrastructure investments and the strategic role the growing resort town will play in expanding the island's tourism offerings. But while they wait, Mr. Grizzle added that from his standpoint, physical appearance affects cash flow.
But when the place is unattractive, they don't go out. They sit on the beach. Now, if you're at your home with the fridge full of beers and drink, you don't necessarily drink any. But if you walk down the road, you stop at your friend's house, you have a drink. Well, the guest is like that. While they are here, they spend less money. I want them to walk out, and somebody else's guest will walk in. That's when people spend. When they're mobile.
24% of tourism earnings in Jamaica and the tourism traffic comes from Negril, the ministry revealed earlier this year. Negril was spared the worst during Hurricane Melissa, but the issues in surrounding areas are spilling over. Ramada Lyons, TVJ News.
The initial public offering of Degrity Capital Management will not proceed. VM Wealth Management, a subsidiary of VM Investments and the lead broker for the issue, says the IPO closed on December 18, but failed to attract the minimum level of subscriptions required under the prospectus. As a result, the company has taken the decision to withdraw the offer, describing the move as a prudent step that protects investor confidence and the integrity of the capital market. VM Wealth says all subscription funds will be refunded in full without interest. Refunds are to be processed within 10 business days of the closing date and are expected to be completed by January 6, 2026, using the same channels to which applications were submitted. Applicants will be contacted directly if additional information is needed to facilitate the refund process. The JSE index advanced by 834 points, while the junior market index advanced by 33 points. The winners included West Indies Petroleum Terminal, Radio Jamaica, Productive Business Solutions US dollar shares, Stanley Motor and Consolidated Bakeries. The losers were led by Jamaica Public Service Company 9.5%, Margaritaville Turks US dollar shares, MPC Caribbean Clean Energy US dollar, Margaritaville Turks, and Cygnus Real Estate Financial. 22 stocks traded firm. Foreign exchange trading ended with banks and Cambio selling the US dollar for an average $159.93. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $116.56. The pound is going for $212.89, while the euro is selling for an average $185.86. And that's the business day. News from overseas after the break.